Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the Broncos Buzz on the MHRT network. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments, Spence's comments, along with his daughter, JoJo, and your comments in the chat. We are Broncos Buzz. Thanks, guys, each and every one of you. Thanks, JoJo, for being on the introduction. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you being here. You want to say something before we get started?
Say thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right, guys. I hope each and every one of you will have fun. I hope each and every one of you had a fantastic Christmas. I'm wearing this beanie not because our house is extremely cold, although it's raining. That has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the fact that this guy sitting right next to me sent this extremely very warm beanie to me for Christmas. So Spencer and Anna, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It's very, very welcome. It's very, very warm. And it is by far the warmest beanie that I do own. So with that being said, I got to take it off because I am burning up, dude. But that is fantastic. Thanks once again, man. Really do appreciate it, man.
Our pleasure, from our family to your family, for everything you've done for us and for the opportunities you've given me to be a part of this show and to be a part of the community. I really thank you so much.
By the way, what's the new addition you got right there in front of your face? Yeah, a mic.
I got a mic because everybody says they couldn't hear me. My background wasn't good sounding enough, so we just tested out, got some good clarity, and really enjoying this. And now everybody can hear me clearly.
Everybody can hear you. Very good. Very good. All right, guys. I hope.
Getting used to, hearing it through here and not hearing it through here and being able to communicate.
What it does is it cuts out the outside sound so you can really focus on what you're hearing. The dynamics are a lot different. There are some controls. So we'll get into that. We don't have to do that on the show.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, no big deal. Anyways, I hope each and every one of you had a fantastic Christmas. I did. I had some family friends over on Christmas Eve. We had our son, daughter-in-law, grandkids on Christmas Day yesterday, and just an absolute overall great time. I didn't expect to be off work for 3 of the 4 days, but hey, it was a welcome time off. Spence, how did you spend your Christmas?
Our Christmas was actually peaceful. Christmas Eve, we had a few guests come over. We get some of the most amazing tamales, homemade tamales from this place out here in Santa Clarita. We'll give them a promotion. It's called Tamales Unlimited in Canyon Country, California. Just amazing.
That's our next sponsor, right?
I wish. We need Kona first, but we'll go for them next. And then we just had a nice, peaceful Christmas. The kids opened all their gifts. They got some wonderful stuff from their grandma. Yes, grandma. Yes, mom. They did get their stuff, and they're really grateful. They've just been running this way, that way, that way. They're all the kids in the neighborhood, since it's been pouring rain, have been going from house to house to house. So instead of us being able to relax and enjoy, as I showed you the video last night, Bill, and watch that Broncos game, you got kids bouncing off the walls. And I know my parents are going, yeah, we remember what you and your sister did to us. So you know what? It just happens.
Isn't it funny how when you have kids and your parents say, when you have kids, you're going to understand. You're like, yeah, whatever. Guess what? You understand. You understand.
You want to know something? I do this to my dad and my mom. I go, did I do this when I was a kid? And they go, yeah. And then I go privately look up to the heavens to my grandparents. I'm like, I'm sorry I did that to you, Grandma and Grandpa. Now I understand. And so being a parent with 2 kids who are 9 and 10, 10 about to be 11. I understand.
Yeah. It's very, very true. All right. Before we jump into topics, we're going to hit up the very first comment in the chat. David Yonkin, 9891, says, hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. The makeup of this team is inconsistent, Spence, but it works for them. So enjoy the 13-3 for now. I don't know how to take that comment. I really don't know how to take that comment. Is he trying to say enjoy it for now because we're going to be better? Enjoy it for now because we're not going to be as good? I can't read into that. What's going on, David? What do you think, Spence?
I think it's more or less enjoy what we have right now, but be careful for what's about to come playoff time. So we'll get more into that. But hey, Bill, I'm one win away from my prediction that I made all summer that I got ridiculed by everybody on the network.
And what did I tell you? I said it would come down to the last game of the season. Did I not? I said that way back. Way back. It's going to come down to the last game of the season. David follows up by saying, so I see the Broncos have signed Sam Mustipher today off the Chargers practice squad. We'll get into that in just a little bit. All right. Don't go anywhere, David. We're going to bring that up. If you do have to leave, I understand, but we will, if you have to, I will quickly jump to that topic real quick. I love it. David says, hey, we have kids on the show. That's Spencer's daughter.
That's my daughter. She's the center of attention when it comes to our family.
Yep. We always got to have somebody who just jumps in and doesn't like our team, which is fine. El Toro says, I can't wait to watch y'all get blasted in the playoffs. Well, you know what?
Waiting.
Let me
keep
put it
waiting,
this way.
El Toro. Just keep waiting.
I was just saying, let me put it this way. There are 7 teams, right? Yeah, 7 teams in each conference that goes to the playoffs. 4 division winners, 3 wild card teams. That's 7 and 7. That's 14. There's only 2 that make it to the Super Bowl. And there's only 1 that wins the Super Bowl. But getting to the playoffs gives you that second chance, Toro. Okay? What is your favorite team? Are they in the playoffs? Are they the number 1 seed so far? Are they on the outside looking in? Where are they? And my question to you is look at all the teams in the playoffs and look at all the teams that are in the playoffs that have actually won Super Bowls. It's very, very difficult to achieve in any sport to win a championship. But I appreciate your comment. And you know what? We could lose. We could lose in the first round, unless we get a bye. We could lose in the second round or the third round, or maybe not. A lot of people had predicted that the Rams would be the number 1 seed, and they're not at this point because they lost to Seattle. So you just never know, man.
We forgot our Rams fan, Rod. Rod, thank you very much for checking in Friday. What happened to your Rams? Interesting.
Ooh, I got it. We got
one of our topics.
We got a topic on that one. That'll be coming up here pretty quick. Buddy Lee says, "Want and done the playoffs?"
I mean, where is the Christmas spirit with everybody? Here's all this negativity coming out. I mean, El Toro and Buddy Lee. It's negative, negative, negative. You know what?
So good.
If you guys believe in negative reinforcement, become Raider fans. Sorry, Jack.
I didn't see Jack in the chat, but maybe he might be watching. He might be watching.
He'll be checking in.
David Jackson says you're going to get your prediction due of 14-3.
I know it's not one of our topics, but that New York Giant Las Vegas Raider game from an ethical, and I'm saying ethical.
Oh, did you hear this?
Now that very interesting.
Now that you brought that up, did you hear the Raiders are benching? What's his face?
Smith.
No.
Smith?
No, they're benching.
Oh,
Crosby.
No, not
Crosby.
Max Crosby.
Yes, they are benching Max Crosby. What does that tell you? That tells you they're tanking, dude.
Well, that's why I think that might be the most enjoyable game to watch this weekend, is to see how professionals tank. Because the loser of that game basically has the number one draft pick.
Wait a minute. That means that no, it would be the Raiders and the Giants tied. So where's the tiebreaker coming?
They're both 2-13 right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive, because remember, it used to be a 3-way tie with Tennessee, but Tennessee spanked Kansas City. So now you've got the Raiders and the Giants who are going to be battling. That's why I almost may just get the NFL ticket just to watch that game, because you want to see professionals. Oh, I'm running for the first down. Oh, I tripped and fell. And
you can't make it so obvious, though, because then it's just going to look bad.
But it's one of those, you want to see how professionals tank. That's the game to watch.
I will be watching it.
I'm seriously going to be watching it too.
Hey, all you got to do is watch the Red Zone. They'll show it.
What do you think I do every Sunday? I love Red Zone. I mean, I've got I've got my essential tremor that I can't really control. My neurons are going faster and faster. The beer is the only thing that slows me down. So,
well, and Anna, your wife,
and Anna. No, Anna speeds me up. I've got to go faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster.
Oh, yeah, like tonight when you're setting up your new microphone. Have you set that up yet? How come? You got 15 minutes. Let's go. It's like, wow. That was hilarious, guys. I know you guys can't see the green room, but it was hysterical. I wish I could have recorded that.
Hilarious. I was going to wait to unveil this in the new year, be a New Year's present. And Anna's like, no, let's do it right now. Okay. She's the boss. I mean, guys, when you get one of these things, your power and control, bye-bye.
Oh, that was so freaking funny, dude. Rudy Torres from Vegas. It's probably raining there too. At least it was the last several days. Says, yes, you did. Yes, I did. What? Says,
yes, I did predict 14-3.
Oh, he says, hi, Spencer. What happened to Smith? Or what he called you?
Rudy and I are on a first name basis. So Rudy.
Mr. Bill. Wow.
He's showing respect. He's showing respect to the elder statesman of the show.
He's older than both of us. On the show.
I said the elder statesman of the show.
Got it. Ty Eagles, obviously an Eagle fan, I would assume, says, hi, guys. Good luck, but you're looking at rough road ahead of you, but I do have faith in your coach. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll get into a coach's he's in the record books for accomplishing something that only one other coaches ever accomplished. So we'll get into that pretty soon.
And Ty, you guys can help us out this weekend. Go to Buffalo and win. Don't think about anything else. Don't think about resting.
Why Buffalo?
Because it helps us. It should worst case scenario happen.
Well, true.
Yeah, we've won our game this week. Now we're scoreboard watching.
Well, true, and we'll get that's a good topic too. Mega Sam Miller says Bill Parcells had boring teams in the playoffs with the Giants and won a couple of Super Bowls. That's true. But he had Phil Simms.
He had boring from a perspective. It wasn't the run and gun that you saw from the Houston Oilers or all the flash. It was efficient. It was this is back in.
Yeah, but Houston Oilers never went to Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they weren't boring. They were run and gun. They were up and down the field, scoring tons of points. Bill Parcells was efficient.
True.
Get first downs, control the ball, control the clock, let the defense do all the tough work. And
true.
Hey, Look at how many Super Bowls they won. Gotta hand it to him. He knew how to. And this is one of the topics we'll get into. You know, ball control does help win games. It doesn't do all the flash. It doesn't do all the flair. It doesn't do all the high scoring. It wins ball games.
Well, if you remember, well, not us remember, because I wasn't watching football back before I was born, obviously. But when you go back and look at the highlights and the video of some of the early games, it was always running. It was Don Coryell of the team I can't stand, Wagner's. He's the one that orchestrated and really brought out the air attack. That's why they called him Air Coryell. And before that, it was a dominant running game. You know, you had Gale Sayers, and you had who's that Raider running back?
Marcus Allen.
But before him, it was what is his name? Can't remember his name. Then you had John Riggins of the Redskins.
You wanted? How about the Detroit Lions? They were all Barry
Sanders. Yep. Yeah.
The Rams were all Eric Dickerson.
Yep.
Yes, football has evolved. Air Coryell, the Houston Oilers with their run and gun, everything evolved from there to what we have today.
Yep.
So there's two ways to look at it at football today. You could either outscore or you can out-control the game. One of those two will happen.
Well, you need to outscore. You can't order win. You need to outscore. I know what you mean.
Are we talking 49-45 outscore, or are you talking control the ball, have three very long drives, and win a game 20-13?
Yeah. Well, a la last night, 2013.
Segue. Gave you a good segue there.
Yeah, you did. We'll get to that right after this. Mad Max did play with the sore knee, and that's the reason why he's really benched, is because of his knee. He wants to play. He said that he is not. They asked him, are you going to go all out? And he said, that's all I know. I'm going to go all out. When I'm out on the field, I go all out. I play as hard as I possibly can. That's why they're benching him, because they don't want him to tear his knee more than it is. And he said he got mad. He walked out of practice today. And they asked him where he's going. He said, if I'm not playing, I'm out of here. See ya. And he left. He went home. I'm like, holy smokes, dude. But yeah,
David Yonkin, you hit it. That is the modern NFL. We want the air game, not the running game.
Yeah.
So that is today's NFL, and that's what we have. And when you see a game like we had last night, where we were running the ball as much as we could to control the clock. Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, it doesn't have ratings. It wins ball games.
Yeah, as long as you can get first downs and keep going. Yeah. Ty Eagle says he does like the Orange Crush. Is he talking about old school, or is he talking about the Orange Crush? Well, I wouldn't call them Orange Crush now, but hey, we got some great topics, guys. We got some great topics. You guys have always been, supportive in the chat. We could spend the entire show just going through the chat, which we love doing, and we will get to as many as we possibly can. Oh, there's Rudy saying hi, Stevie. Hi, Steve.
Yo, Rudy, what's up?
See, Rudy forgot. He forgot. You're really Steve. Whoa. Steve. David Young has talked to me when you've been married for 30 years, Kona.
It feels like 30 years.
I hope Anna can't hear you.
Oh, you want to know something? She's a Latina, Bill. What do Latinas do best?
I know.
They hear everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I know. All right. Let's get into the first topic. Before we do, one new person, there you go. 93 Navman, what is up? Nice.
You don't know who 93 Navman is?
Yeah, I do.
Raider Shield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Navman. We were just talking earlier. I am intrigued about the game you guys have this weekend, because it is going to be one of the ethical games of the year.
It's going to be a must watch.
It's really must watch because who's going to lay down the best from an acting perspective? I mean, you guys are online for the number 1 overall pick. How are you going to lose the game? I mean, that's it. And we were just talking, Max Crosby's out. I appreciate the what's up, fellas. And of course, we had a wonderful Christmas. So thank you so much. Hopefully you and your family, real family and Raider family, had a wonderful Christmas. Yeah, one shot, one thrill.
49ers? Broncos 49ers Super Bowl.
The 49ers do control their own destiny to win over the number 1 seed.
So do we.
In the NFC.
I know, but I'm just saying, so do we. It could be 1 against 1.
It could be 1 against 1. And oh, Chewy!
Chewy, what is up?
What is up?
Happy holidays, my friend.
So
Same
Chewy,
to you, buddy. Same to you.
You just missed our discussion. And Bill and I had talked about this. The Giants Raiders game this weekend is probably the most ethical game of the year. Which team is going to tank the best to get that number 1 overall pick? So I'm curious of your comments. Let's just hear more from you guys. One shot thrill. Gonna be weird because I'm a Broncos and 49ers.
Well, that would be kind of like me being a Bronco and Vikings fan. If they both went to the Super Bowl, I would cheer for the Vikings because they've never won. Even though I'm a Broncos fan, I would cheer for the Vikings. I mean, if the Broncos win, of course, I'd be ecstatic. But if the Vikings won, I'd be just as ecstatic because they've never won before. And check this out. Here we go. It would be really funny if Bo Nix made the Super Bowl before Josh Allen. It's been the Bills' year for a long time. That would be crazy.
Yeah, you are. You know what, Mega? Very good. Very good comment there. And it's interesting because I'll give you an example of how much the media loves the Bills. Do you think
Oh, Chewy Raider, thank you so much.
Oh, Chewy!
Put that up. Thank you, Chewy.
Just tank, baby.
Thank you so much, Chewy, for that $2 super chat. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll keep that up there because that's brilliant. Just tank, baby. That's brilliant.
Chewy, when you do your next broadcast, I want you to go in detail some of the antics you think the Raiders will do to tank.
But you have to do it Hollywood style. In other words, you got to do it. You have to do it for the Oscar award because you can't just run down the field and drop the ball.
Right, but that's why that game is going to be so much fun to watch because we're so used to the competitive spirit, macho, and it's going to be one of those. Oh no, go ahead and go sack for the quarterback. It's the Ole go there. I forget the Goldie Hawn movie where she was a coach and one of the big guys was forced to be an offensive lineman. And he was just like, go ahead, go tackle the quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts. Once again, Chewy, thank you so very much for your generosity and your super chat. I wish all the best for you and the Raiders. I hope you do get the number 1 pick. I'd like to see who you guys get. That'd be very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Hang on. I'm cracking up at this comment. I got to show it.
Go ahead,
Paul. I live in the state to the west of Somalia. I mean, Minnesota, and I've hated the Queens my whole life. 58 years.
Hated the Queens. I've hated the Queens?
The Queens. Next topic. Move on.
Why can't you explain it?
My daughter is watching.
The Queen. Text me. I gotta know. It's driving me nuts.
I think he's referring to the Chiefs.
Okay.
Or maybe the Vikings.
That's what I was thinking too.
But no, I think, yeah, Nabman, you hit it. Chiefs, Queefs.
Queefs, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It could be a slang in there somewhere, but yeah.
I
Okay.
explained it. Oh yes, he did.
I explained. Chief cheese. Everybody's going chief cheese. Okay, got it. So Chewy's going last.
Well, no. It's Vikings, known as the Queens.
Okay. But
I didn't want to say the Vikings because that's your favorite NFC.
It's fine. Queens, I've heard of. But when she said Queens, I was like, what? Chewy was just laughing his ass off. That's funny as heck.
Oh, wait a minute. Daniel Smith.
Where?
Right here. The Kansas City Chiefs.
For what?
It's the Minnesota Vikings, Daniel, but
Yep.
He explained it.
All right. Speaking of the Chiefs, we're getting the first topic after 26 minutes into the show, which has been great. You guys in the chat are absolutely fantastic as always. All right. The first topic, which is always a reflection or a recap of the previous game, which was yesterday. Bronco fans, Broncos country got a much needed Christmas gift. Recap. The Chiefs didn't make it easy for Denver, but I never thought they would. A rookie quarterback starting his first game. People say not really rookie. He's in the system for 4 years on the practice squad. First time ever to start a game. That stupid Travis Kelce, everybody was sitting there saying, Travis Kelce, this is his last game. Who cares? I knew the Chiefs at home on Christmas were not going to lay an egg. They were not going to fold. They were not going to lay down. They played their butts off. They really played hard. I've got something that will shock. It shocked me. It might shock you guys, and it might shock Spence when it comes to a certain situation late in the fourth quarter involving the Broncos and the Chiefs. But before we get to that real quick, Spence, what did you think of the overall game? I felt that the Broncos, Bo Nix was way off on some of his targets. He was low. He was off target. He was missing his receivers, wide open guys that he could have checked down to. He was throwing into, I think he threw one to Sutton that was, or was it Sutton or Franklin or somebody where he just, the ball sailed more towards the outside. It was just seemed to be off. But when the fourth quarter turned around and the fourth quarter clicked, 15 minutes left, it was Tebow. It was Tebow time. And I even text Spence and said, it's Tebow time. Guess what? It's about time for Bo Nix to do something. Spence, before we get into what transpired, you tell me what you thought of the game overall.
Well, you know what? I thought our defense played pretty good. They only allowed 148 yards. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs scored 13 points. They got they had really one drive, and that was after that interception where they went 35 yards and scored the touchdown. Then the field goal they got after that was after a great punt return, and they went 3 and out. They got good field position on another field goal where they went, got one first down and then hit a bomb field goal. The defense played okay. Special teams, punt coverage, you let it. But our field goal kicker, 2 for 2 with field goals, 2 extra points. Solid there. Our offense just was not clicking. I kind of thought this might happen since this is being in Kansas City, but it's also been a short week. So you don't know how prepared they really, really were for this game. Overall, I take it at this. As soon as I saw that point spread come out that we were favored by 13.5 points, I went, honey, I need to make a sushi bet. And I got the eye roll. And but I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it.
You didn't do it?
No,
you didn't bet the under? You did not bet the under.
No, I didn't bet Kansas City plus 13.5 points. I couldn't do it. I can't. I did hit the other 2 games. So
dude, she would have been in sushi heaven if you had.
No, we would have been paying off our credit card bills for Christmas. Maybe that much of it. But all in all, this
I know where you're coming from. You just could not put the money on Kansas City, period, no matter what it was.
I cannot. I just cannot. But it was a setup game. How many times did we see potential penalties like roughing the passer, pass interference, holding call?
The hit on that rookie quarterback with the hands hitting his helmet, that could easily be, if that was Mahomes, like you said last night, if that's Mahomes, that's 15 yards.
Exactly. But the first penalty called against Kansas City wasn't until that offsides call with 2 minutes to go into the game.
Now that you brought that up, let me segue into something. Great
segue, my friend.
Here it is. This it didn't shock me. It surprised me. Listen to this, guys. This is incredibly it's insane. This comes from Pro Football Talk. And here it is. At the 2-minute warning in a 13-13 game, the Broncos faced 4th and 2 from the Chiefs' 9-yard line. Denver lined up to go for it, but before the ball was snapped, Chiefs defensive tackle Chris Jones flinched into the neutral zone, giving the visiting team Broncos a fresh set of downs. Here is the reason why. After the 2013 victory, Broncos head coach Sean Payton said the offense was never going to snap the ball on the critical 4th down play. He said, and I quote, "It's a no-brainer freeze, but it is out of a different formation we created. One that they've never seen. We were going to take a delay a game. We didn't even have a play in mind. I told Knicks, just relax, no play. We'll take the delay a game." I'm still quoting. "I don't know why we called it Harrisburg. It looks more like a play we have always called Pittsburgh." No one moves. I told everybody, no one moves in the Harrisburg call. I think that's why we came up with that. It's a unique one because you are on the road, so it involves a lot of different circumstances. Guard, here's the crazy part. Guard Quinn Miners is barking the cadence we never called. He's calling something out there we've never heard. That changed the complexity of the clock completely, and hence the offsides, end quote. Wow. That was totally made up. Totally made up. No play call whatsoever in the huddle. They were going to take a delay a game. Quinn Miners, not even the center, is barking out a cadence, and Jones jumps off sides. What do you think? What do you make of that, Spence?
I mean,
is that brilliant?
Well done. You know what? Well done. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Kansas City, but look at what happened. 2 minutes to go. Kansas City still had all 3 timeouts. If we would have taken to delay a game, we would have been up by 3. They would have had 3 timeouts.
And they were in field goal range at that time.
Long field goal range. Mm-hmm. Now you take 2 timeouts away. You get a touchdown. You force them to go the length of the field. They got about a third of their total yards on that last drive. Mm-hmm. So, you know what? As I said before, take the win. Don't worry about how you got it, why you got it, what breaks you got. Take the win, move on. You now have 10 days to focus on the Chargers. This is essentially the game of the year for the
absolutely.
Broncos.
Well, sure. It's a game of the year for the entire AFC West, period. I mean, not Kansas City and Oakland. I mean, Vegas. But yeah, that was when I read that. I'm like, you talk about a brilliant move. He's saying, okay, let's see if we can get them off sides. Let's do something completely different. Let's line up in a lineup position they've never seen. Let's have Quinn Miners call out the cadence instead of the center. And let's see what happens. They had no play called. They were willing to take the field. And in fact, I even texted you and said, what are they doing going for fourth down? Take the freaking field goal. Don't blow this.
This is when you know we've got karma. The last 3 games, we've kind of lost a little bit of our mojo. Defensively, since we came back from our week off, I mean, we've given up too many points. We've given up too many yards. The defense got control back this week. Now, granted, yes, it was against a completed staff, a depleted team. And Kansas City wasn't playing all their starters with a few exceptions. But we got to get that mojo going. These guys got to realize that this game coming up next week against the Chargers, that isn't the last game of the year. It is a playoff game. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they have to take that attitude and that approach. Celebrate the win. Celebrate the win yesterday and tonight. Focus and get ready for the game of the year coming next Sunday.
Yeah. Yep. One shot, one thrill, says Kyle Shanahan for Coach of the Year.
I think if they get the number 1 seed, that's a huge potential because you lost your starting quarterback for, I think it was 5 or 6 weeks, and you managed to hang on, including a victory at the Rams on a Thursday night. Now, granted,
we got a Rams topic too.
Granted, I think the special teams gave that victory away, but that's something we can talk about a little bit later.
Oh, that's like I said, that's a topic too. Let's see. Brad.
Oh, sorry about that. Hit that again. My bad.
Brad says, good evening, my fellow Bronco fans. Hope you had a great Christmas. I really enjoyed my Christmas watching the Broncos sweep the Chiefs and hopefully the Texans. Yeah, baby. Hopefully the Texans beat the Wagoners to win the AFC West and propel us, hopefully, into, beating them because they'll be depleted and they won't realize they can't win the West. And then we can hopefully advance throughout. I know a lot of guys. I know Mundungus doesn't want the Broncos to have a bye because he says, well, when we have the bye and then we played the Redskins, Commanders, we looked really horrible. Doesn't matter. You need the bye to rest players, to get players back, to take a breather. I understand if you're on a roll. Now, had the Broncos beaten the Jaguars and beaten the Chiefs, and we had won 13 in a row, then I would say, no, I don't want a break. But because we lost to the Jaguars, now we need to reset. And we reset somewhat against the Chiefs, barely winning, but we won. And if we beat the Wagoners, Chargers, this a week from Sunday, we can use that bye. We can use that bye to reset again. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. It does to me because when you win that many games in a row, and I talked to so many other people that they're in the know, and they say when you win that many games, when you start getting double digits of wins or close to double digits, you start getting complacent. You start thinking that all we got to do is show up. All we have to do is just be here. Hey, we're at home. We're in Broncos country. Bam! Beat upside the head. And that's what happened.
Let's go back to 1996. Weren't we the number 1 seed playing at home against Jacksonville?
The same team. Yeah, Jacksonville. Yep.
Oops.
Oh, guess who the quarterback? Do you know who the quarterback was? I do.
Brunell.
There you go.
So,
and it was that touchdown, and it was that touchdown late in the game, and Elway got so pissed off, took his helmet. Oh, speaking of Elway, have you guys watched Elway on Netflix, the documentary? Oh my gosh, dude, it is so powerful. If you are a really true Broncos fan, I don't mean a guy who kind of likes the Broncos. Hey, if they're doing good, I mean a really true diehard Broncos fan. Like I am, like Spence is. You got to watch it. You have to watch it. Have you seen it, Spence?
I haven't finished it yet because every time I start it, I get diverted. But
Dude,
yeah, like
it is gripping.
I was going to watch it again last night, but all of a sudden we got diverted to having to watch Snoop Dogg's halftime show once again for the 5th time.
No, I'm telling you guys, seriously, it is gripping. I don't want to spoil it, and so I'm not gonna say, but I'm just saying, all I'm gonna say is this. Watch the entire, it's an hour and a half. It's not that long. Hour and a half. John Elway says things in the documentary he's never said publicly any other time until the documentary. When it comes to the end, towards the end of the documentary, all I'm going to say is this: it's gripping. It is gripping, and it really is. Being a Denver Bronco diehard fan, I even told many Bronco fans, I said, I'm going to watch this again. I'm going to watch it again to really digest it, I guess is the best way to say it. Just really take it all in. It is fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. It's worth watching. Even if you're not a Bronco fan, watch it for just the history of it. But as a true Broncos fan, the memories. That's all I can say. The memories.
Amen. Well,
absolutely.
Let's get caught up in the chat here. John Ward said Wildcats. I'm not sure what that was referring to, but John, thank you for being part of the show. Daniel Smith, I'm not sure. Ben Johnson, Coach of the Year.
Ben Johnson is the coach of.
I'm trying to remember also. I know one shot, one thrill had a few choice comments after that. So, but
Richie Rich.
How
many beers, Kona? You've already had 3.
That's all I'm limited to.
You've already had 3?
2.5.
Holy crap, dude! What you need to do? You need to get bigger glasses.
I can't get bigger
Not
glasses.
Those kind of glasses.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My beer goggles that I used to have got stomped on by the boss.
Yeah. Oh, I like this one. Glenn Paul said, look at Minnesota against Detroit. They had 75 net yards up until that 65-yard run with 5 minutes left to win the game.
Yeah.
There you go. All it takes is one shot, man. One
play. And you know what? Detroit is one of those teams. David Youngkin, have a good night.
See you, bud. Have a good night. Love you, man. Be good.
Detroit's one of those teams that they had an incredible year. The injury bug has just hurt them. Yeah. And they lost all their mojo and they could not figure it out. And unfortunately, they're going to miss the playoffs, but there's a lot of questions they have to answer and address before they can move on.
I love this. The Mazrod says we won't make it past the first round. Well, let me tell you something. If we have a first round bye, we've already made it past the first round.
We made it past the first round.
So if we beat the Waggers, I mean Chargers, then we've made it past the first round. Just saying, it's okay. Yeah. Like your comment. I like your comment. It's okay. You have a right to your comments and your opinion, but it all depends, man.
Amen. How about you, Rich Nichols? Oh yeah, Denver beat KC, and yes, they feel the hoof up. They're rumpus. LOL. Oh yeah, they do. Okay.
In other words, a swift kick in the backside of the Chiefs' keister is basically what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I appreciate. But hey, Rick, I appreciate you being part of the show. Thank you so much.
The That was a huge L for the Broncos last night? You mean they are cooked? You mean that L go for the Chiefs, you mean? That's what I'm thinking. Oh, by the way, a huge shout out. Somebody mentioned the Lions. Somebody mentioned the Vikings. Vikings, my favorite NFC team, kicked out the Detroit Lions out of the playoffs by beating them on Christmas Day. And the Broncos didn't kick out the Chiefs, but they kept the AFC West title in play as well as the number 1 overall seed in play. So, hats off to the Vikings. Hats off to the Broncos. Both Christmas Day gifts to this guy. So I love it. All right. And to my nephew, who's a big, huge Viking fan. And that goes out to you, Bobby, even though I don't see you in the chat. Let me get to the next. Okay, here we go. Next topic. All right, we got a lot of comments in the chat, man.
I mean,
a lot of comments. We'll have to get to them after this one here. Here's the playoff picture because this is the title of the show. It's called "It's Sweep Season." I mean, we swept the Raiders, we swept the Chiefs. We didn't sweep the Chargers, but it's okay as long as we get one more win. But here's the playoff picture. Denver retains the top spot in the division as well as the number 1 spot and home field with their win on Christmas night against the Chiefs. Now, who do Broncos country cheer for this weekend? Here are the 3 top games I chose. I'll start from the bottom and work to the number 1 that I think. Jets over Patriots Sunday. Kona, do the Jets have a chance over New England? Okay, I guess not. Then it was a really good thing the Broncos won. Absolutely. Because then we retain that top spot. The second one, Indy over Jacksonville.
Oh, you know what?
I say Indy. I want Indy over Jacksonville.
I really want Indy over Jacksonville. But can Phillip Rivers mustered up enough karma to pull that off? I think it's going to be a tough task. I'm rooting for Phil Rivers. I mean, making us old guys come looking good on the field. You know what? I'm realistically, if I'm a betting man, I don't see it, but I see it being a close battle.
I'm not sure if that game's at Indy or Jacksonville. I think it's at Indy. I'm not sure.
I thought it was in Indy. Let me quickly check.
Could be in Jacksonville.
No, I think I'm almost 95% sure.
The Jets-Patriots game is in New York.
I mean, the Jets are going to be tanking. They want to get a better draft pick. No, it's Jacksonville at Indy. It's the 10 a.m. West Coast game.
And both those games, Indy, Jacksonville, Jets, Patriots, are Sunday. Here is the Saturday 1:30 game Pacific time. I want Houston over the LA Wagers. I mean Chargers. Because if that happens, we now have a 2-game lead over them. There's no way they can win the AFC West. And there's no way they can win the number 1 seed. So even if we lose that game, the Patriots would have to lose 1 game either to the Jets or the following week. Oh, wait a minute. No, I have to lose to the Jets. Yeah, Jets this Sunday or the following week, and we would claim home field. What? No,
I was saying if the Chargers lose this weekend, the worst
we have
worst
a
case
2-game lead.
Worst seeding we can get is the number 3 seed behind Jacksonville and behind.
We can't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 4 are division winners.
Right. We would, worst case scenario, we lose to the Chargers and Jacksonville.
Oh, we still win the division. I see what you're saying.
We win the division, but with the Chargers losing against Houston, we win the division, and the worst case scenario is we're the 3 seed. So
I got it. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I got it. Richie Rich says, how did our wide receiver 1, Courtland Sutton, drop 2 catchable passes? Those passes were thrown hard. Even the announcer said that it was like a 95-mile-per-hour fastball on one of them that was right here. That went right through his hand. I mean, they even said he could have walked in the end zone, but it was like a bullet, dude.
But yeah, if you're our number 1 wide receiver, you got to catch it. Rich, I know which 2 passes you're talking about. The one that was in the end zone, not before the end zone. In the end zone, he dropped, and there was another one where he was reaching out for a first down. He's got to make those catches. You want to know something, Rich? We could discuss for the entire show all the flaws from that game on Thursday. It was a short week. We got the win. Personally and mentally, I'm moving on, only because it's in Kansas City. And you think the NFL, even without Mahomes, is going to want their number 1 market team for the AFC to have the opportunity to win the game. So everything was going to be done, and every opportunity was given. Wink, 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 wink. We don't know anything. But let's just say this. I had predicted we would lose that game. We win the game, move on. Let's focus on the Chargers.
Yeah, but you also said we would beat the You also said we beat the Jaguars, so this is a flip. So you're still
hey, I had a flip with Indy. I had a flip with Indy and Philadelphia too. Still, I predicted 14-3. I'm 1 game away.
Yeah. I got something here. Glenn, I'm trying to figure out who the Wagons are playing. You said Chargers win tomorrow, beating Houston. Okay. Then the who? There's no NFL team called the Donkeys.
He's trying to get under our skin, as usual.
Ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work because, like I said before, a donkey and a horse is not the same. A donkey is a crossbreed between a horse and a mule. So it's not a true horse.
Bill, you're giving it energy. Don't move on to the next comment.
It just doesn't make sense.
Here we go. I got one. Winning by 7 in lucky fashion against a team that almost half of the starters injured, eliminated, nothing to play for, has to be the most frauds thing ever. You want to know something, Dark Horse? We got the win. It doesn't matter if we won by 7 or we won by 17 or we won by 70. We were coming on a short week. We didn't have enough time to prepare. You never know. The defense did their job. We got the victory. We got out of town. Move on. Yes, we should have cut. Yes, people are going to go, well, the spread was 13.5. You should have covered it. Yes, they didn't have their strength. You want to know something? We got the W. It doesn't matter how you do it, how you shine, all the bells and whistles. We got the victory. We got out of town. We got out of Kansas City. We swept them, and now we're in position for the number one seed against the Chargers.
Yeah, but the other thing is simply this. And the bottom line is the Chiefs were not going to lay down. It's a divisional game. It's a rivalry. Yeah. The Chiefs are embarrassed, in my opinion, because they owned the AFC West for the last 9 years. They lost the fact to win the division. They lost the fact to be in the playoffs. They lost last year in the Super Bowl. They're pissed off. And they tried to stop the Broncos from having the heads up, not heads up, the leg up to win the division and to get the number 1 seed. That's the last thing they wanted them to do. And they couldn't stop us. And they tried anything and everything they possibly could. And they did a great job. I'm not going to disown that. I'm not going to discredit that. They did a great job. It was Sean Payton's move with 2 minutes left that changed the course of the game. And the fact that the Broncos were not facing Patrick Mahomes. I will give you that. If we were facing Patrick Mahomes, probably would be a whole different story. But then again, we would. But then we would have had a different game plan. I would assume.
Yeah. Victory lap. What's happening?
Yo, fellas, what is up? What I love it, man. Mike DelFalco. Did we recognize him as being a member? He's a member.
Mike DelFalco. Oh, Mike, welcome. Great for you to be a member.
Everyone has to stay positive, and the Broncos will win, Bill. Okay.
Yeah, well, you want to know something? Hey, Mike, when Bill has his meltdowns, things start turning around. Even on the text thread with him last night, he started having his meltdown. What happened when we were down? What happened? We started turning things around. So
I changed the jersey I was wearing.
I know, but you want Bill to have that meltdown because it means he's panicking. And the chart. Oh my God.
Whoa!
The Broncos start getting their momentum and start getting their mojo and start going forward.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I need to ban Spence for 2 minutes timeout because he mentioned the C word as being my favorite team. That's just not right. So he is banned for the next 2 minutes. All right, maybe not. All right, maybe not.
Hey, slip of the tongue.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah. We know it's your ulterior motive team. Come on now.
Whatever. Let's see. Okay, Rams. Speaking of the Rams earlier.
Oh, yes.
After the LA Rams lost to Seattle Seahawks a week ago yesterday, special teams coach Chase Blackburn has been shown the door. What? Head coach Sean McVay has identified special teams as a weakness as the season nears the playoffs. Blackburn was replaced by special teams assistant coach Ben Kotzwick. Now, would you really replace a coach with 2 games left to go heading into playoffs and try and hopefully grab that magic as you're heading into the most critical part of the season? I mean, it just sounds to me like, why wouldn't you just have turned over the play calling to the assistant and kept the other guy on there? To me, it just doesn't make sense to do it this late.
You want to know something? It actually makes perfect sense. You get 3 strikes and you're out. Their 3 of their 4 losses had horrific special teams play. Look at their game against Philadelphia. They gave up a blocked field goal at the end of the game that got run back wasn't to win the game, but it was that. They gave up that one. Look at the game against San Francisco, overtime. Special team mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake kept San Francisco in the game. Huge special teams mistake in the overtime let San Francisco have the field goal to win that game. And then you go to the game against Seattle and special teams. You're up by 16 in the 4th quarter. You give up a punt return for a touchdown, making mistakes at the end of the game, making mistakes in overtime. So I get it. Is it the rational, logical thing to do? Yeah, if you want to start getting momentum and you want to change the attitude of the special teams going down to the last 2 games and in the playoffs. I mean, I'll tell you right now, they win that game in Seattle, special teams coach is still around.
Yeah.
So I completely see it. I completely understand it. And this is Sean McVay wanting to put his team in the best position for the playoffs. Unfortunately, they don't control their destiny for the number 1 seed anymore. So he's got to do some maneuvering to get this team. And if things go the way they go this weekend and next weekend, the Rams are going to be a wild card team. They're going to be on the road for the rest of the playoffs. Oh boy. So they got to do some damage control.
Yeah. Richie Rich has a question for you. Limited by who? Here we go. Go ask the missus to grab you a few more.
Honey, I leave it up to you if I can have a few more.
I'm leaving it up to you.
It's the boss, you know.
Woo! West Philly Black says Eagles, Broncos, Super Bowl. That would be fun.
It'd be a very interesting rematch because West
rematch.
Philly,
Broncos and they have been in the Super Bowl.
Rematch of a game we played earlier.
Oh, game. Okay.
Hello.
Well, you're talking Super Bowl. You're talking Super Bowl. Talking Super Bowl. I'm saying rematch.
No, it'd be an interesting rematch of the game earlier this year. Because both of the teams have gone on separate momentum paths since then.
You know what? I want to read this because I do appreciate it, not because the Broncos won, but because this is how a really true fan looks at games or should look at games. Trevor Ross, I really do appreciate your comment. He says, as a Chiefs fan, which obviously he is, yes, you guys won ugly yesterday, but it's still a win. You guys find ways to win just like the Chiefs did last year. Agreed. And that's what real true fans say. They say it from the heart. They don't make excuses for, well, you guys, the referee did it. No, you look at the game and you say, hey, as a fan, we cannot control the outcome. But as a fan, we can cheer for our team. And when things don't go the way we want them to, you have to be forthright. That's why I say on the show at the beginning, this show is brought to you with emotion, passion, and what's the last thing I say? Honesty. Everything about this show is honesty. We don't make things up. And Trevor, I'm gonna give you this. Thank you so much for being a really true Chiefs fan. I admire that. No excuses. You guys, I mean, you owned the AFC West for 9 years. You really did. I mean, that's incredible. That really incredible. But just thanks for your honesty and thanks for being a true fan, because I can definitely tell you are.
And they will be back next year. So I was going to do that one. What are you guys' thoughts on the Chiefs' new stadium announcement? It's opening the same year as our new one.
No, it's not. It's opening in 3031. Broncos is 3030.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, not 3030, 2030, 2031.
But what's interesting is this. They're going from the Missouri side to the
they're going from the Kansas side. Or is it the other way around?
Other way, they're going from the Missouri side to the Kansas side.
I thought it was Kansas to Missouri.
No.
Missouri, Kansas. Okay, whatever. But you're right. They're switching states. I mean, it's right there on the border. I mean, it's not that. It's crazy.
It's not that, but it's huge tax implications for both states.
But here's the other thing. They're going to a dome. Mm-hmm. So is Denver. So did Minnesota.
Roof.
Right. So did Denver. I'm sorry, excuse me. So did Minnesota when they built their stadium.
Well, you know why?
So did, I mean, a dome is in LA. Come on. You really need a dome in LA?
You don't need a dome in LA.
But they made one.
They made it.
You don't need a dome in Vegas.
Because you want to host a Super Bowl. You want to be the city. Everybody wants to host a Super Bowl because of the monstrous financial implications that happens with hosting a Super Bowl. And it's funny. We did a show earlier this year where we went all through all the obstacles and all the perks you had to have. Like you had to have bowling alley, you had to have golf courses, you had to have restaurants, you had to have sports bars, you had to have all this and all that. They're starting to realize the significant financial implications. I mean, we're not just talking millions, we're talking tens to hundreds of millions of dollars infused into the city that hosts a Super Bowl. That's monstrous.
Mm-hmm. I know. And I've said all along, the Broncos, in order to host the Super Bowl, they need to have a dome. But what blew me away is there was a Super Bowl. Every Bronco fan will remember this. Broncos, Seahawks in New Jersey. No dome, cold weather. The NFL was adamant about saying we are not hosting a Super Bowl in a cold area where there's no dome. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do 48 in New Jersey. That was a joke. That was an absolute pathetic joke.
But it served a purpose. It served a purpose to promote what they really want to see out of a Super Bowl. And so what have we seen since then? We have seen the Rams Stadium. We have seen what Broncos are going to do, what Casey is going to do. We're going to see the implications.
Minnesota had a Super Bowl. They have a dome. You're right.
Yeah. So, okay. Conduit. What? Oh, yeah. The Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl of worst record. Not sure what you're talking about, but thank you for being a part of the show. We appreciate it.
San Francisco Giants baseball. You got the wrong place.
Oh, baseball's the Super Bowl?
No. Got the wrong sport.
Thank you, Victory Lap. I'm always on a good one, especially when the boss is in a good mood. Love you,
got
honey.
one? Did you get one?
Of course I didn't. I got a body armor instead.
I could say something, but I'll just let it go. Let's see. I didn't really know where I was going with that anyways. All right. Let's get into some accolades that Bronco players have achieved.
Oh, yes.
Talanoa Hufanga became just the second in Broncos history with 100 tackles, 10 passes defended, and 2 sacks in a single season. I tried to look up who he tied, and I couldn't find it. They said it was predated prior to, it had to go way back to the early existence of the Broncos in 1960. So I couldn't find it, but 100, what was that again? 100 tackles, 10 passes defended, and 2 sacks in a single season, and he's a safety.
Yep.
That is incredible. That is incredible. And that's not, no, that has nothing to do with him prior to the Broncos. That's a Bronco from this season only. What he has accomplished this season only. That is absolutely remarkable. Before I get to everyone's favorite, before I get to the last 2 topics, I have 2 surprise topics that I did.
Nice.
I did not let Spence know. Listen to this. Speaking of accolades, here it is. Cortland, this is from Zach Stevens of DNVR. Cortland Sutton's 3 1,000-yard receiving seasons is tied for the 4th most in Broncos history. Sutton only trails. You want to take a guess who the number 1 person is that he trails?
Rod
in
Smith.
Broncos history. Bingo. Rod Smith did it 8 times. Who's number 2? Anybody in the chat want to take a guess who's number 2? Don't look at your phones, please.
Oh my God! I want to say the guy from the '60s and early '70s?
Nope,
who was
nope,
getting
nope,
old?
nope, 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 nope.
Thomas.
Which
Demarius
Thomas? Bingo. He did it 5 times. Now, nobody's going to get the third, the one he's tied with. But go ahead and try it. It's old school. Old school.
Yeah. No, I was trying to remember the guy from the late 60s, early 70s who was piling up all those yards. I forgot his name.
Lionel Taylor.
Yeah, that's it.
Lionel Taylor had 4. Cortland Sutton ties him for 3 1,000-yard receiving seasons, is tied for 4th in Broncos history. Is that amazing? I mean, Cortland Sutton doesn't get the accolades that he should, but to be in that company of Rod Smith, Demarius, think about this real quick. Wait a minute, hang on a second. Let me back up. Think about this. Rod Smith played a lot of years. Lionel Taylor played a lot of years. Demarius Thomas, his life was cut short. He didn't play that many years in comparison to Rod Smith. And to do what he did 5 times, of course, he had one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He had Peyton Manning. But still, I mean, for Cortland Sutton to do that 4 straight years, that's impressive. That's impressive.
Well, no, and this is why we paid him. He has the consistency. He doesn't have the huge flair of I'm number one like we saw with DK Metcalf of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I hope is thrown out of football for throwing that punch at a fan in Detroit.
I do too. I was going to bring that in as the Jackass of the Week, but then there was a little bit of controversy in details, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to.
Yeah, exactly. But Cortland Sutton is not doing with the flair of I'm the number one man. Throw to me. Throw a temper tantrum when you don't throw to me. Cortland Sutton has learned how to be a team player, and that is what is making this team successful. Look at everybody who caught passes yesterday. I think there was 8 different receivers.
Yep, there was there was touchdown to RJ
Harvey.
What's his name? RJ Harvey. You also had one. You had Cortland Sutton. You also had Troy Franklin. You had you had Lil Jordan Humphrey. Yeah, you had all these receivers. You had Ingram. He caught a pass.
Ingram.
Yeah, there's. Yep.
Who really I appreciated, and even though he only made 2 catches, but they were 2 very critical catches for first down, was Bandy, number 82.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Made some great catches. Mim made some great catches. You had 8 different receivers, and no one caught more than 5 passes. This is spreading it out, getting everybody involved, making everybody available. This is why I like Cortland Sutton. He doesn't have that I have to be the man and get the ball thrown to me 75% of the time. Let the team help. Keep everybody involved, and you keep everybody focused on what's going on.
Yep. Real quickly, going back to stadiums. Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, Don Mars. Well, thanks. The rest were clearly making calls to help KC. They gave them at least 6 points. Yeah, we called it. We know. So really, it could have been 20-7. Honestly, it was a setup game from the outlook. As soon as Bill and I saw this on the schedule, I put this up as a loss right away. All I'm going to say is it doesn't matter. Throw out statistics, throw out results, throw out how the offense, defense, special teams performed. We went to Kansas City. We got the victory on a short week, on a holiday night, when all the attention was given to KC. Get the win, get out of town.
Yep. All right. I stand corrected. Yao Dan says it's both, meaning 2031. Greg Penner said the Broncos Stadium will be ready for the 2031 NFL season, not 2030. I stand corrected. Thank you so much for pointing that out. I always welcome being corrected. I mean, I like I said, like I pride this show on we pride our show on being honest. Broncos said Bo Nix didn't have a good game against the Jaguars, and I think he had a great game. Wow.
Look at the name of the person.
I know. Way to go, Jacksonville. Well, you know what? He had a great game for you guys. He really did. He had a great game for you guys, not a great game for the Broncos. So, hey, it's okay. Do you agree with this? Glenn Paul says that's the downfall of the NFL. Play outdoors like men. Too many pansies in the NFL nowadays.
You know what, Glenn? You and I are on the same page. Play outside. Play. NFL is the outside outdoors game. You play in conditions. They usually start the season in a heat wave or the heat of early September and deal with the winter conditions at the end. This is a game of men. But unfortunately, it's business people who pay all the mighty dollars that are getting paid to these men. So I kind of see both sides. I would love to see. I've told this story so many times. I've been to the Mile High Stadium in the middle of a blizzard and had the best time of my life at any football game. Play games outdoors. You know who has an amazing stadium that I would love to go see? Love to go to a Packers game.
You're probably going to say Green Bay.
Yeah, they're not getting a dome stadium anytime soon. That is the natural habitat of them.
Vince Lombardi would come out of his grave and rip off his name off the Super Bowl trophy if that were to happen.
Yeah, amen to that.
But you know, let me do the flip side. Okay, let's say you're going to a Super Bowl game. You want to have a really good time. You spend all this money traveling, everything. It's blistery outside, and then you can enjoy the game going inside, and everything's controlled and whatnot. Isn't that like your house? You have a roof on your house, don't you? I mean, don't you want to be warm inside? You're outside. And it's blistery. You come in from the cold and the snow or whatever, and you come inside and you're like, this is comfortable. I enjoy this, and you relax. I mean, isn't somewhat the same?
It is, but you know what? It's a more controlled environment where you can get some of the mega financial people in the world to throw money at it. So you want to know something? The last game that didn't get the ratings and all the bells and whistles that was the Super Bowl was the 1997 Super Bowl between the Broncos and the Green Bay Packers. After that, it became a mega performance. It became all the bells and whistles extended there. Ticket prices, I'm still partially angry, but you know what? They had a good time. My parents went to the Green Bay Packers, Denver Broncos Super Bowl. They had an amazing time. They could afford it. Nowadays, you can't afford it. So, welcome to our society. I am Broncos. Bronco Bill, you're going to find the Super Bowl entry form from the NFC is going to come from the West Division. I agree. I think one of those three teams from the NFC West is going to be making the Super Bowl. I don't see Green Bay. I don't see Philly. Sorry, Philly fan. I don't see anybody from the South. Those three teams from the West have been dominant this year, and I think one of those three teams are going to make the field, are going to make the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Merkman. Merkman, this is great. KC and the refs, LOL. Y'all about lost to backups and Chris Oladokin. You know what we did? We won the game. We had a short week. We had unknowns. That's the thing about playing against backups, rookies, or people who have never played. You have an unknown factor. You don't know what is going to happen. Anything is possible. And you know what? Chris Odolkin led him on 3 drives that got 13 points. Good for him. We came out of the game with a W with everything working against us. So, Merkman, complain all you want. We got the W. We're moving on. You forgot Clayton.
I was about ready to just hit that. Clayton Ron said, hey, guys. Hey, what's up? He says, smash that like button and share, guys. Absolutely. Follows that up by saying, Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you had a wonderful Merry Christmas yourself. Clayton Huron said, sweet, baby. I called it in the beginning. That's what Clayton said. He said he called it Bo Nix time, baby. Yep.
Joshua, y'all ready to get exposed in the playoffs? Well,
sure. Let's get exposed.
Yeah. Let's get exposed.
Let's see if we are.
We'll take our shirts off and we'll play in cold weather in Denver, where everybody has to come and beat us in cold Denver in January. But I appreciate you being part of the show. So thank you, Joshua.
SoCal Slime says, congrats on the Broncos country for being the second team to sweep both KC and Las Vegas. meaning obviously he's a Chargers fan. But hey, that's good, man. Just hope you don't sweep us.
Well, it's going to be interesting from a Chargers perspective. If they win this weekend, it's all guns blazing. If they lose to Houston, do they put everybody on the field and do a competitive game against us, knowing that they're already in the playoffs?
I think they do, because they don't want us to have a home field. They don't want us to have a bye. That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Sam, you will get obliterated in the playoffs. It may be the second, third round, but it's coming. The following individuals did not play yesterday. Well, you know what, Sam? We made the playoffs. Who's your team, by the way?
Dakota, apparently you have not watched this show for the entire 4 years that I've been doing it. And I've had my co-host, maybe 5 years. My co-host, Spence, has been doing it with me for 2 years. He says it's crazy how many people become Bronco fans when they get 11 wins every couple decades. Do you happen to see that back there? Super Bowl 50. Hang on a second. Yep, and see how many replica championship rings I have. That's not because I became a fan yesterday. That's because, and now I'm going to get a little angry. That's because I've been a fan since 1976. Okay? So to sit there and say how many Bronco fans become Bronco fans when they win 11 games, not this guy. I sat there and watched the entire Super Bowl of every Super Bowl game the Broncos have been, including the 42-10 loss to the Washington Redskins. And I do say Redskins because that's what they were.
At the time.
At the time in San Diego, which I crashed the ESPN party. But I'm not even going to tell you that story because you're probably going to think I make it up. And which I didn't. And I sat through the entire 55-10 beatdown of the 49ers. Okay? So to sit there and say that it's amazing how people become Bronco fans after we've won 11 games, I'm here to tell you that doesn't come from this guy, and it doesn't come from that guy. Enough said. Bye-bye. Oops. Bye-bye.
All right. And Corn, Broncos Rams Super Bowl. I still think it's a realistic possibility. So, Wally, Cowboys are better. Remind me again the Cowboys record. Oh, I think it's 7-8-1. And we're 13-3. By the way, remind me again, Wally, what was the final score when the Cowboys came to Denver earlier this year? Don't think it was close. But thank you for being a part of the show.
Absolutely. All right. Do I have one more? Yes, I have one more. Oh, hang on. Okay, here it is. This is the third extra topic that this is good. Sean Payton. Here it is. This is after last night. With last night's closer of the Broncos' victory over the Chiefs, Denver's first at Arrowhead Stadium in a decade, Broncos coach Sean Payton joined Bill Belichick as the only two coaches with at least 5 seasons of 13 or more wins. Oh my gosh. When Sean Payton was asked about the accomplishment after the game, he said, and I quote, I have been fortunate to have been on. I've been fortunate to have been on and coached a lot of great players. There's nothing like winning. When I heard that, I had trouble figuring out which were the 13 win teams. We had some other teams that were 12, 11 wins. I have been fortunate to have really good players and really good coaches. Some of them who are right here that I'm fortunate to be a part of all of these wins. Part of those wins, obviously, Bill Belichick and I are in good company. Let's keep it going. Wow. End quote.
Wow.
That is fantastic. Bill Belichick and Sean Payton, the only two coaches to have coached 5 seasons of 13 wins or more. That is fantastic. Oh, by the way, a footnote, which is I'm adding to that. Sean Payton has never done this with a rookie head coach. A rookie quarterback or a second-year quarterback.
Yep.
He's never done it with a rookie quarterback or a second-year quarterback. Now, granted, the first year they didn't win 13, they won 10. But the second year, this year, yeah. Can you imagine that? That what does that tell you? I know what it tells me, Spence, and I'll let you end this topic. That tells me Sean Payton is a genius head coach, just like Bill Belichick is a genius head coach. What do you think of that?
I'm not going to say genius head coach and give him all that. Yes, he's had a few issues. I just think Sean Payton has come into the right situation at the right time with the right organization, with the right quarterback. All the pieces were there. If Sean Payton had gone to, going to throw it out there, Raiders right now, he doesn't have all the pieces. Right. If he went to Carolina with all their struggle, Sean Payton is a great opportunist. He's taken amazing talent and made them better from a collective effort. Has he gone to a rebuild? Well, you could say the Saints were kind of a rebuild, but he brought in all the pieces to help fill all the necessary holes. So
right.
A genius, I can't absolutely say that. I think he's just a great coach and a great opportunist to put all the pieces together.
Good point. All right. We're approaching the hour and a half mark. Last 2 official topics. All right. Go ahead. I'm from Denver. I've been a fan since John Elway, the only way, Orange Crush.
Yes, absolutely. Claudia.
Thanks, Claudia, so much for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed the show. If any of you have missed the beginning of the show or any part of it, you could always go back after the show's over. Go to YouTube, go to MHRT Network, look up the show, or go to Broncos Buzz on YouTube and you can follow the show there. Really do appreciate it. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, hit the notifications button so you know when we're going live. And that way you will not miss any single show. In fact, do you guys realize we are the only show this week on the MHRT network and Broncos Buzz this week? Yep. Everybody else took the week off. We said, oh, heck no, we ain't taking the week off. We ain't doing it. So that's why we're here. And we love each and every one of you for being in the chat, for being supportive, for supporting this, our show, the channel, and everything about you. Once again, hope each and every one of you had a very, very Merry Christmas. And by the way, Spence, if you're up to it, we will be here next Friday, the very first Friday show. I know, your wife.
It's up to the boss.
Very first Friday show of 2026. In fact, the very first show of 2026, because I guarantee you that there is not going to be a show on Thursday. So there you go. Guys, stay tuned. If Spence won't be here, I will be here. I guarantee I'll be here.
I will find my best. I will do my best to charm the boss so I can be here for that first show of the new year.
But it's the second. It's not the first, so it's the day after.
On the network, first show of the year.
Yeah, right. All right. Bo Nix. Listen to this. This is great, guys. After the Denver Broncos took down the Kansas City Chiefs last night, Christmas night, Bo Nix became just the third quarterback in NFL history to have 3,500 passing yards, 25 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons in the NFL. The other 2 quarterbacks, one of them I love, the other one I can't stand. The other 2 are Peyton Manning, which I love, Denver Broncos, but he did it. He did it with Indy. That's okay, but he was still a Broncos quarterback. And the other one, Justin Herbert.
Come on, let's say it correctly.
Justin Herbert.
I know, but you know what? Hey, great accolades to be within that group. And it's going to be a fun game next Sunday, the 4th, between the Chargers and the Broncos. So, you know what? Enjoy the moment, Bo, being part of the family. Yes, I agree. Bandwagoners lose tomorrow.
I just love the fact that the chat is catching on to what I'm saying. I love it. They're bandwagoners. They jump on when they win. They jump off if they lose. Mega, thank you so much. I'm going to give you a hats off to that, dude. That was classic. That, Spence, that's got to go down as the best chat statement tonight. Yes. Best chat statement tonight. Bandwagoners lose. I don't care. I mean, I do care if I want them to lose, but just to say bandwagon, man, I love it. Thank you so much, Mega. You know what? I don't know if I can do this or not. I would like to buy him a membership. How can I do that? I'm gonna have to talk to Madungus to see how Mega. Mega, I'm gonna see if I can buy you a membership to the network. I'm gonna find out how I can do that. Write his name down there if you would, Spence. Put a little circle around there.
Sam Miller.
Mega Sam Miller. See if you can find out, or I'm gonna find out from Madungus, the owner of the network, how I can gift you a membership. I want to do that because you're the first one that's ever called them bandwagons other than me, and I love it. Thank you so much, man. That is cool. That is cool. Thank you so much, friend, for realizing what I'm talking about. All right.
Glenn Paul, I guess he's been a bandwagoner since 78. So you jumped on the wagon, off the wagon, on the wagon, off the wagon for almost.
So he says, lick these, lick these things. So I'm thinking, okay, so one Super Bowl appearance, got blown out by the 49ers. And we're supposed to lick his you know what?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, sure, we went to 7 Super Bowls. We won 3. We actually went to 5. Say, hang on a second. We went to 77, 86, 87, 89, 97, 98, 2015. We've been to 7. Take that, buddy. We've been to 7 and we won 3. And you want us to lick what?
Well, amen. Hey, Mega Sampler, he's 210 yards away. He's at 3790 right now. So I hope he gets 4,000. That means he'll have a
3790 has to have 210.
By the way, Bill, it's 8 Super Bowls. We went to back-to-back Super Bowls in 15 and 16.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't include.
No, 77, 86, 87, 89, 97, 98. Oh, I forgot about the Seattle one, 48 and 50. That's right, 8. That's
Mega
right,
Sampler,
8.
you now got to upgrade his membership.
Nice, Mega. Way to go, dude. See, that's why I love the chat. They keep us honest. I forgot about Seattle. Well, I tried to forget about it.
Yeah, I know.
I
think we all forgot that one.
Okay, let me ask you a question real quick. Now we're talking Super Bowl before we get to the last topic. Was Super Bowl lost to the 49ers 55-10, or the Super Bowl we lost to the Seattle Seahawks 42-3, I think it was, the 42-7. Which one was worse, in your opinion? Which one hurt
Seattle,
the most?
Because Seattle
really?
hurt because we had so much more promise than that game. Going against the 49ers, I knew that they were such a dominant team.
But it was John Elway, and he had never won the Super Bowl, and everybody was saying, is this the year? And he had won 4.
I know, but the 49ers were such a machine at that time.
Montana, Rice, what was the other one?
Montana, Roger Craig.
Yep.
I mean, we can go on and on. I think what was more frustrating going against Seattle, we knew we had an awesome team. I
agree with Duran. 55-10 was more heartbreaking than the Seattle, because, in my opinion, because it was Elway had been there so many times. It was so opportunistic, and we just do you realize we kept losing worse every year we went? We lost to in 77, it was Craig Morton wearing number 7. We lost to the Cowboys, I want to say 23-10, 26-10. Every time we had 10, scared the crap out of me. We were ahead 10-0 against the Giants, and we lost. We were ahead 10-0 against the Redskins, and we lost. We were ahead 10-0 against 49ers, and we lost. When we got ahead 10-0 against Carolina Panthers in Super Bowl 50, my butt cheeks were like this.
Whoa, okay.
What?
Don't need that one.
Don't need what?
I don't need to know about your butt cheeks.
I'm just saying, I was nervous, dude. I was like, oh no, here we go with number 10 again. That's not good. Chris Prods says Chiefs dynasty is over. Do you agree? The guys on the show last night on the post game said they don't think it's over. They think it's a reset.
I think it's a retool. I agree with that. Yeah. The salary cap put them in a huge hole this year, not as much next year. So I think they can retool. As long as they have Mahomes and they got Andy Reid, they're going to be a threat. What
if Kelsey retires?
They'll get another tight end.
All right.
I think as long as you've got Andy Reid and Mahomes, you're a threat. What that threat looks like, we don't know right now, right this second. I mean, do they go more wide receiver instead of tight end? Who knows? But you've got two of the primary elements together. Look at what New England was when they were dominant. What was their two primary elements? Tom Brady and a coach that I don't want to say his name. But you had the two primary elements together. This is what the Broncos have right now. They've got Bo Nix. They got Sean Payton. Get that. Those guys working together. What I want to say one more thing about last night's game. I love the anger and the frustration Nick showed on one timeout coming to Sean Payton. Showed that energy, showed that enthusiasm, showed that passion.
Who does that remind you of? Who does that remind you of? To me, it reminds me of John Elway going to Dan Reeves. Going to Dan Reeves.
Which you would never think. Yeah. You would never think, as well respected as Dan Reeves was, John Elway getting in Dan Reeves' face. Mm-hmm. That's not something you would expect. And
Bo Nix doing the same thing with Sean Payton. What happened?
I'm right here. You're breaking up.
I am?
Your T-Mobile internet is not helping.
Oh, stop. It's helping.
Oh, by the way, LOL reset. Holmes is probably out next season and Reed is retiring. I don't think so yet. I think if Mahomes is not 100% next year. Now, granted, it was an ACL and MCL. Mm-hmm. If it was just an ACL, I think he could come back fully. But it was both a ACL and MCL. He better start rehabbing like crazy. And if next season is not as good, then maybe Reed makes a decision. Who knows?
How about this one? Sam Watkins says, what's going to happen when they have to pay Bo Nix like a legitimate quarterback? Oh, I love this. I can't wait to see this train wreck. I'm going to subscribe just to check in on you too. Good, Ghost. We welcome you to subscribe. Absolutely welcome you. As far as a train wreck, I think when you have the income and resources that Sam Walton has, I don't think it's a train wreck. I don't really. What do you think, Spencer?
And here's the thing. Bo Nix is seeing a legacy that he can build here. Now, if he wants to break the bank, then the legacy is not going to happen.
Learn from John Elway. Learn from John Elway.
Learn from Nick Bonito. Nick Bonito didn't take top dollar. He took a good value to allow his defense to bring more resources and more assets.
I got to bring this up. This is classic.
Bring it up.
Glenn Paul says, I'm sure the NFL will give the stupid Kelseys a show just like the Mannings. Can you see Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift doing a freaking football show?
I wouldn't watch it. Now, the Mannings, I've watched it once or twice. And
oh, my gosh.
It's a train wreck. But
it is.
It is. I'm sorry.
Oh, God, that was funny.
Love you, Peyton, but your Monday night show.
What they try and do is I like Peyton Manning's insight. I do. I think he's really good. Eli Manning's more of a D guy, just sitting there going, okay, whatever, you know. But Peyton Manning is funny. Have you seen some of his commercials?
Yeah.
Oh, they're hilarious, dude.
His Saturday Night Live appearance was hilarious. His sketches that he did were so funny, and they still show replays of those. I enjoy Peyton Manning, but there's just with Eli, it's great conversation, but it's just not football energy that we're looking for. Sorry.
No kidding, man. Eli has no personality.
Well, hey, he's a two-time winning Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, and not because of him. Yeah. Because of the team around him, not him. Peyton Manning won Super Bowls because of him. Sure, Super Bowl 50, everybody's going to say it was Von Miller, and yes, it was. But it was Peyton Manning not doing anything to disrupt that whole situation. What's up with all the haters in here? They must be closet Bronco fans.
No, you want to know something dumb? This is life. When you're on top, the haters hate, and no, I'm not going to go the Taylor Swift way, but this is what happens when you're on top. Everybody starts coming after
on
you.
The top of the world, looking down on creation. Okay,
you know what? Let them hate. Let
let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Okay. That was it. Those are 7 seconds.
Beer for me, so just let it be.
Yeah. See, we can't get copyright if we change the words.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. We're going on. I got to get you out of here so your wife don't kill you.
Actually, keep going. She's not home.
She's not at home?
I think she took the kids
out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hope she doesn't watch this. Anna, I love you dearly. Love you. Glenn says, don't get me wrong. I like players from most teams, but dislike the teams as a whole. Okay, I get that. I mean, some people don't have a favorite team. They like certain players. I cannot like players from other teams. I can't. If it's my team, like the Broncos in the AFC or the Vikings in the NFC, those are the only players I like. When Shannon Sharp left the Broncos and went to Baltimore, I cheered for him because he was a Bronco, but I hated that team. So I understand that part. But when a player leaves the team and they don't have a chance to, certain players I won't cheer for. I like Shannon Sharp. When other players of the Broncos leave and go to other teams, I hope they suck.
You know what? We respect them. So that's all.
Okay, you do.
I do. But anyways, Brad, I see us 2 ways we can clinch the West. By 1, Texas beat the Bolts, or we take care of them the next week. Actually,
both
Brad,
ways. Both ways.
We need both ways because I don't want us to have to fall to the number 3 seed or even worse. And
what he said,
we have to go on the road.
Go back to what he's saying. He says the Texans beat the Bolts. That means we have a 2-game lead in the West. Talk about the West, not the number 1. We have a 2-game lead in the West. That means we can lose Sunday. Huh?
If we have a 2-game lead with 1 to go, we won the West.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Right now we have a 1-game lead over the Wagoners. If they lose Saturday, we have a 2-game lead. It doesn't matter if we beat them on Sunday, the following Sunday. It matters in order to get home field advantage throughout. That's what matters. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you made sense.
We live in fantasy land? Like I said, I'll check back in a few weeks from now. Bo Nix is a sub-average quarterback.
Yeah, you want to know something?
Hold on a second. A sub-average quarterback, the salary cap is real. If they're dumb enough to pay the man, God help. Oh, well, apparently you haven't been listening to the whole show. What I've been saying.
Well, Sam's also the one who thought we would get obliterated to come the playoffs. So his negative energy, I feel you. Sam, thank you for being part of the show. We appreciate it. And you know what? We're building something very special here from a team perspective.
We are family. I got all my friends with me.
Ooh, here's an interesting one, Bill. Who is y'all's superpower matchup?
Huh?
I'll let you translate.
Superpower matchup? Meaning what? Superman, Mario Brothers, Wonder Woman. I don't know what they talk about. What's up? Who's y'all's superpower matchup? Team-wise? Superpower right now? Well, Denver leads the AFC. Seattle leads the NFC.
He corrected himself.
Super Bowl. Oh, got it. I was thinking, what am I going to put in Superman with Mario Brothers? Wonder Woman.
Well, let's see. Superman versus no.
Dang autocorrect. Yeah, don't you hate that, man? When you I sent a text the other day to my. This is no joke, dude. I sent a text the other day to my wife, and I said something like, "Oh, babe, just can't wait to cuddle with you." It didn't come out cuddle.
Oh, dun 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 dun. Are you living in the doghouse now?
She said to me, "What?" And I said, "Oh, damn, that's not what I meant to say." She goes, "That's what you sent."
Oh, we got another one of those. So
Freaking
Tyler,
yeah,
so we barely.
Third string quarterback starting, and half the starters were out with injury. With all the Denver barely escapes with 7-point win. Well, guess what? Last time I checked, you only need 1 point.
Yep.
How about the Giants game? The Broncos came back 33 points down, 33-32. Oh, I'm sorry. The NFL didn't get the Giants to win because they had more points in the first 3 quarters. Okay.
Hey, you know what? And honestly, Tyler, we got the win. But look at all the factors. Short week in Kansas City, which favors the Chiefs. They didn't call a penalty on the Chiefs until 2 minutes to go in the game. And you know what? There were so many unknown factors. We had no knowledge. And yes, guess what, Tyler? Our defense held them to 148 yards of total offense. And they got about a third of that on that final drive. Yes, they got opportunities. Their defense provided opportunities. Their special teams provided opportunities that gave them their points. And it happens. It's the NFL.
I'm tempted to bring this up, and I'm really tempted to bring it up. And I'm going to bring it up. What the heck?
Yeah.
Tyler, the only reason Denver has any hope in the playoffs is because it's been a weird season, and Mahomes, Burrow, and maybe Lamar Jackson won't be in the playoffs, or in playing in the playoffs. Before I continue with the other comment, with the last word not being correct, first off, injuries do happen. The Broncos have had injuries. Other teams have had injuries. That's the nature of the game. That being said, let me correct you on something. When the Broncos beat the Chiefs the first time they played, who was the quarterback? Oh, that's right. It was Mahomes. And Burrow, Joe Burrow hasn't really been Joe Burrow. I mean, really?
Well, he's been hurt. He missed.
Right. He hasn't been Joe Burrow. And Lamar Jackson, he's been hurt. That's the nature of the game. That's why they say next man up. That's why you have replacements that are supposed to be somewhat equal to what you have. He continues by saying, otherwise, meaning the Broncos would be where they are. Otherwise, it would be an early exit for the Denver Broncos. And I'm not going to say the word that he said because it is not a true animal. It is a, what's it called? A hybrid. It's not who the Broncos are. Broncos are a horse. A donkey is a mule, and a horse. It's kind of like, going from man to woman. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy, here we go.
Just saying. Anyways.
But he did correct himself later on. He said, yeah, it's spelled EYS as in donkey. So he corrected himself. Whatever. Move on. Next.
Superman is in the playoffs. Yeah, he is in the playoffs. It's called Bo Nix. That's who it's called. Amen. Or is it Tim Tebow / Bo Nix? Have you guys realized how many times in the fourth quarter Bo Nix reminds you of Tim Tebow? It's uncanny. It really is uncanny. That's why every time the fourth quarter comes around, I always go, Tebow, because it's just so uncanny. It really is. It's crazy. I love it. I love Tebow. A donkey is an ass. That's true. And that's not a Bronco. I'm just saying. I can tell you who. That's why I got Jack Ass of the Week. Okay, just in case you guys don't remember, I'll show you what that sounds. This is not a horse.
You suck, you jackass.
There you go. All right. Spence, are you ready to wrap this thing up, or should we keep going?
No, let's wrap it up because I think I just heard the boss. Oh, hey, Big Tex is jumping in.
Big Tex, what is up?
Hey, fellas, I sure hope we are hiding some offense for the playoffs and hope our defense is playing possum. Well, you know what? Let's just beat the Chargers, take care of business, have 2 weeks off, get our situation organized.
Tebow, the tight end. No, Tebow, the quarterback, tight end. Oh, my gosh. You guys are cracking me up, man. All right. Last topic of tonight's show. Last show of 2025 of the Broncos Buzz. Guys, thank you so very much for support, for your generosity in the super chats, for subscribing and promoting the show, being a member. Guys, it really has been a joy to be here each and every week with you when there's not holidays or other issues coming up. We'll do the last topic, then we'll have the closing, and I want Spence to go out with a bang with reading all the people that are in the chat as always. As the NFL.
Whoa.
Oh, Big Tex.
Big Tex.
Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Really do appreciate it. Hey, you know what, Spence? We're going to go out with a really good bang on this show. We got super chats. We got new people chiming in. We have enthusiasm. We have comments from all sides of the NFL. This is great. But Big Tex 173, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. Really do appreciate it. Man, this has been really, really good year, guys. You guys have really made the show, the network. Really do appreciate it. You guys, I'm gonna keep that up there the whole time I'm doing this topic there, Spence. All right. As the NFL, gotta put it back. There you go. As the NFL season,
Christ was given credit to Big Tex, so I was acknowledging.
Nice. As the NFL season gets closer to the playoffs, Denver is sending 6 players to the Pro Bowl. First off, let's hope the Broncos players never make it to the Pro Bowl. Why? Because we'll be in the Super Bowl, not the Pro Bowl. Let me continue. Those 6 players are Pat Surtain, no doubt. Zach Allen, his first time. Garrett Bowles, his first time.
Starter.
Quinn Miners, his first time.
Starter.
And Nick Benito.
Starter.
Huh? Wait a minute. Whoa. 2 people are missing here. Where's Cortland Sutton? As a backup? Where the heck is Bo Nix as an alternate too? Hang on. And Cooper is an alternate too? Singleton and Mims are alternate 3. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Do you know who the starting quarterbacks are in the Pro Bowl?
Yep.
I'm hoping they are the starting quarterbacks in the Pro Bowl because I hope Bo Nix is in the freaking Super Bowl. Do you know who's starting?
Josh Allen.
And? Justin freaking Herbert.
Well, no, he's not the starter.
No, but he's right there. He's on the starting number 1. You have to have 2 quarterbacks on the team. You're telling me Bo Nix is dropped to number 2? Seriously.
Well, you want to know something? Welcome to what the Pro Bowl is. It is the popular kid selection show. Josh Allen is the media heartthrob. Now, he doesn't have
I know
this.
Herbert plays in LA and nobody recognizes Denver because they're a little town in the mountains.
Herbert plays in LA, so you got to give the LA spotlight.
No, you don't.
And Brett Maine is having a good year. So you want to know something? Honestly, who cares? Our goal is the Super Bowl, not the Pro Bowl, the Super Bowl. And you know what? So what? C'est la vie. Bo Nix didn't make it this year. Motivation for next year. But you know what? Again, it's the popular kid voting contest. That's the Pro Bowl. So I'm not overly worried about it. It is what it is. Just Bo Nix, focus on the Super Bowl. Focus on the playoffs.
I agree. I will say this from Big Text 173 says, so happy for our big fellows, meaning Zach Allen, Garrett Bowles, and Quinn Miners. This year has been a blast. Go Broncos. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. It's great to see that they've been selected, that they're going to the Pro Bowl, unless Denver is in the Super Bowl, then they're not going. So that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, otherwise, how about Pat Surtain, dude? 3 of his first 4 years, he's been a Pro Bowl selection. The guy is just a absolute shutdown corner. Guy's been insane. Guy's been absolutely insane, man.
Yes, victory lap. We're still on, but the boss just got home right now, so I think we're going to have to wrap this up.
Victory Knox says Super Bowl bound, baby. Absolutely. So with that, we are going to wrap up the show. Spence, take us home with everybody in the chat, please.
Oh my God. So thank you everybody for being a part of the chat tonight. Really appreciate you. We're going to try to get through to everybody, starting with David Yonkin. David Yonkin, thank you for being a part of the show, being there early and being there often. We appreciate your comments. Rod, I know you're a big Rams fan and you want to see Rams Broncos in the Super Bowl. So do I. Hero 49, waiting for us to get blasted. Okay. Well, wait as long as you can. Buddy Lee, thank you for being a part of the show, even though you're negative about the Broncos. Nothing new. Rudy, thank you for being a part of the show. And yes, Steve was here tonight.
Even though we don't understand half the stuff he said.
I know. Mega Sam Miller. Bill, you got to take care of his membership. So let's use our super chat to take care of his membership. Because you said you were going to help him out. Ty Eagles.
Hey, by the way, at the end of the show, off air, whatever, send me his name and I'll send to Mundung and see how I can do that.
Okay, we'll do what we can for that. Ty Eagles is an Eagle fan. Thank you for being a part of the show. We really appreciate it. 93 Navman, Raider fan. Dude, I really can't wait for your next show. I want to hear what your honest opinion is about how the Raiders are going to play down to their competition and lose, how they're going to do that. One shot, one thrill. Looking for a Broncos 49ers Super Bowl. All right. 49ers got a chance. They do have a chance. Chewy, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Love your show. Love your enthusiasm. Glenn Pad is a Chargers fan who lives in South Dakota. Thank you for being a part of the show. John Ward just said Wildcats. Well, not sure if it's Kentucky Wildcats or a different Wildcats, but thank you for being a part of the show. Yao Dunce is a Chiefs fan. Thank you for being part of the show. Richie Rich, thank you for chiming in. We really appreciate you being part of the show. The Mass Rod doesn't think we're getting past the first round. Thank you for your negativity. We appreciate you. we'll see you when we get past the first round into the divisional or the conference championship. Rich Nichols, thank you for being part of the show. Welder Steve, thank you for your input and being a part of the show. We really appreciate it. I cannot read my... Oh, Dry Cobb Grimid thinks we have a questionable offense. Well, you know what? We're winning games, so we got a good enough offense. The Dark Horse, we really appreciate you being part of the show. Victory Lap. Yo, Victory Lap. JJ loves the Broncos. Thank you for being part of the show. Anthony B, 303, thank you for being a part of the show. It's a Broncos fan. West Philly Black had a great comment tonight as a Philly fan. Thank you for being a part of the show. Trevor Ross is a KC fan. Thank you for checking in on us. We appreciate you. Sorry we had to beat you yesterday. Conduit is thinking the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. Maybe if we were back in the different century or millennium. Yep.
1987 when they beat the Broncos.
Yep. Max Ray thinks the Broncos are one and done. Well, you're open to your opinion. We appreciate you being part of the show. Linebacker,
well, we won, but we ain't done.
Yep. Thinks Crosby is leaving the Raiders. Dun, dun, dun. Appreciate you being part of the show, linebacker. Don Mars think the referees helped KC. Duh. Of course. I mean, it's the National Favoritism League. That's what the NFL stands for. And the Kansas City Chiefs are their favorite. Don Mars. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say AFC. American favors the Chiefs.
Yeah, America favors the Chiefs. So Jacksonville Kid is a huge Jacksonville fan. You guys got us. We look forward to seeing a revenge in the playoff. I am Broncos. Thank you for chiming in to the show tonight. We really appreciate it. Merkman loves the Chiefs. All right. Well, thank you for chiming into the show. Clayton Haran. Thank you, Clayton. Hey. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you being part of the show. Joshua W088083. Thank you for being part of the show. Sam Watkins thinks we're going to get obliterated. Well, your negativity is welcome on this program. Won't be acknowledged, but we welcome it. Thank you for being part of the show. Corn thinks it's going to be Rams versus Broncos. I hope so too in the Super Bowl. SoCal Slime, congrats on sweeping KC in Vegas. Thank you. We really appreciate your support. Wally Dog, thank you for being part of the show. John Bird thinks he's a Steelers fan who thinks Jacksonville is going to win the Super Bowl. Well, let's see if Jacksonville can make it. See if your Steelers can make it through the first round. Dakota Miller, thank you for your support as a Bronco fan. Claudia Smith, thank you for your love for the Broncos. We really appreciate it. Matt Bergeron, hi. You just said hi, so hi back to you. Chris Filkins is a Chargers fan. Well, I'm sorry. Mike DeFalco, appreciate you being part of the show. Dorian, thank you for being part of the show. Jeff Boo is a Dodger fan. Well, the Dodger season doesn't begin for a few more months. Hopefully you support the Broncos in the next time. Clutch Key. I know. I'm trying. Is a Steelers fan. Thank you for being part of the show. Christ Pod is a Super Bowl looking for a super matchup. Oh, it's a Super Bowl matchup. We appreciate you being part of the show. Tyler Irwin thinks we barely beat Kansas City. Well, duh. Everything was put against the Broncos and everything was favored for KC. So thank you for being part of the show. Big Tex, thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being part of the show. Max Ray, how far can we go? Well, hopefully the Super Bowl. That's where we want. Estee the lawyer, are you reading a contract, looking at intellectual property, or trying to be on top of things? Hey, I read contracts too. Thank you for being part of the show. And Baylor Bear, real talk. Denver has turned into a homeless apocalypse city. Well,
all right. Okay, I'm gonna end it because I'm gonna do this. I want your comment. We're gonna end it this way. Ready?
Hang on
Here we
1
go.
second.
What?
Vaccinator
Don't
one.
go there. Don't go there.
Thank you for being part of the show.
Okay, here we go. Vaccinator said, loving the channel so far, boys. Needed a little NFL talk now that I'm winding down for the night. It's so encouraging to see an openly gay couple just chopping it up and talking ball. God bless. Back to this one. David Sawyer says, football is stupid and a waste of time. With that, Spence, I think we're done. What do you think?
I think we're done. We made it this far. Thank you guys all for being part of the chat. And I'm gay with enthusiasm and love for everybody who was part of the chat. So thank you guys. Appreciate you being part of the show and being a great listener to two fun guys.
We're both married, not to each other, but to literally figurative women. All right. With that, guys, what a weird way to end 2025 of Broncos Buzz. Thank you guys so much. Each and every week that we do this, we love doing this. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support, for your generosity, and for having our back and watching this show. We love you guys dearly. Have a wonderful, safe, happy New Year. We will see you January 2nd, 2026. Till then, guys, bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Tempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast's racking up the flame out.